And we're back on Southeast Texas Weekly. I'm Kevin Steele. So great to have you with us once again. Let's talk politics with three of the men who are vying to be the next congressperson from the 36th Congressional District, which essentially stretches from the eastern Harris County suburbs to the Sabine River. So one of the, and all north of Beaumont, essentially comprising a good part of Harris, or Hardin County rather, as well as our Jasper, Natchez, or I don't want to get into all of it. You know what I mean, right? All right, let's get into some politics here. And essentially, in this part, we just need to find out a little more about you men. Introductions, and we'll begin randomly right here with Kim Morrell, who joins us as one of the candidates in the 36th district.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. My name's Kim Morrell, and I'm from Seabrook, Texas, and I'm married with 2 children. And I've been in this district for around 10 years now. I'm a small business owner, and I have spent time on the City of Seabrook City Council for 6 years. I was Mayor Pro Tem during Hurricane Ike. I spent time as president of the Hotel Motel Tax Committee, and I was on economic development for 3 years.
John Emder, tell us a little more about yourself, sir.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me today, Kevin. I'm a native Texan. Born and raised in Houston, married like yourself. I have 2 beautiful daughters. I went to University of Texas in Austin where I met my wife, graduated from SMU Law, stayed up in Dallas for a few years. I was prosecutor, an assistant district attorney there, and I moved back down home to Harris County back in 2006. We moved to Nassau Bay, which is in District 36, and I've been there ever since. I'm very active in and around the Nassau Bay community. I'm in my 2nd term on City Council there. I've been a volunteer firefighter there since 2006. I also worked Ike. In fact, Seabrook was having some issues. They were a little spread thin, shall we say, and I actually rolled over with a crew and helped relieve some of their men.
Very good. Let me get into some more of that in just moments. David Norman, tell us about yourself.
Well, first, thanks for having us. And I'm not a native Texan. I got here when I was 4 years old as an immigrant to the U.S. My father was part of the brain drain to put the Apollo project on the moon. So moved to the NASA community, lived in the district since I'm 4 years old. I'm a husband, father, and small business owner.
Okay.
But what I'm most proud of is my military service. When I became an American citizen, that same day I was sworn in as a 2nd Lieutenant United States Army. 24 years later, I find myself as a retired Army officer, small business owner here in Seabrook, and working issues within the district for the current congressman, and looking forward to representing 36.
Very good. Tell me, by way of introductions, what you gentlemen think about the current climate in the House of Representatives right now. And when I ask that question, I speak notably about what we've seen in the polls over recent years, this view that the House of Representatives in particular, and the larger Congress, is not working together. Is there a view on this table that anything can be done to improve the bipartisan climate that we just saw in the passage of the Budget Act? I'll begin right here with Mr. Norman. Is there anything that can be done to improve the consensus in the House?
I think it's going to be tough. I mean, you have the people in like this district that understand that conservatives that have gone to Washington are outspending the resources, outspending the revenues. Progressives or liberals continue to spend in excess of even the debt, if we would let them. And we know that people in the districts who have to have a budget, who have to budget every month, can't do this. So
it's going to be tough.
It's just going to be tough.
Tell us about consensus building in the U.S. House of Representatives. Is there a way to get to a bipartisan agreement more often in the House?
Well, Kevin, I think there may be a way, but it certainly wouldn't entail in any way compromising conservative principles that made this country strong. Now, if the Democrats want to come to their senses and agree that Obamacare, for example, is a complete and total mess, then we can go back to the table and discuss ways to scrap what should never have happened and create something that's maybe feasible. So there's room for compromise, I suppose, particularly on the side of the unrealistic liberals, and there may be some give on the part of the conservatives on issues where there is a little bit of give and take. However, where matters of principle are concerned, and that would be most things that the nation is facing right now that are grave problems, they're going to have to come over a little bit more to the right.
Kim Morrell, is there anything that can be done to improve the climate?
You know, I think we're more bipartisan than we think we are. When it comes to NASA, for example, we all vote together on funding for NASA. When it comes to education, STEM education, I think that we're all on the same page there. You know, you're getting ready to do some dredging in the Neches River, and that's going to be with the Army Corps of Engineers, and the Republicans and Democrats are working together on that. I know that I campaigned here in 2012, and I know that this area is still largely Democratic based, where you have Republican people like myself in Congress working with the Democrats on the local level, more often than not. The budget that just was extended for 2 years was a hands across the aisle issue.
Okay.
I think Obamacare is dead because it's shot itself in the foot by itself. We didn't have to do that much about it.
You handed me one. We're going to talk Obamacare when Southeast Texas Weekly continues. Stay with us.